It's early. You going to work early?
You damn right. I gotta catch up on my shows.
What's going on YouTube? It's Kevin and Mikkel. We are back with another video. If you're watching us for the first time, I hope that you click that subscribe button. I want to give a shout out to everybody that watched our video from Monday night. It was a good video. Y'all got a little bit of a thing. Y'all got a little bit of Mama Scorpion in the background. And y'all just enjoyed the video. So thank y'all for commenting and stuff like that. Please make sure that you share this video. If you are not a sponsor to the Scorpion Show, please make sure you sponsor our channel. If you've been thinking about doing it, I would love for you to sponsor our channel. Next week, we're going to have our monthly live stream video, and you don't want to miss it because I'm waiting to hear the tea that the caller's calling in the spill. And
this is just for the sponsors.
It's sponsors
only. If you want to get in on that phone call, you have to sponsor.
Yes, and to sponsor the channel is only $4.99 a month. And with that, I want to give a shout out to our 3 new sponsors. Now, one name I left off a video, and I apologize to you, 21 Barbie doll. 21 Barbie was like, where is my shout out?
I know, because she DM'd me too.
Yeah, she screen capped like, look, I am a sponsor, damn.
I know that's right. Listen, when you paying your money, you better shout me the hell out.
Yes, I have to make sure I shout her ass out first. Okay, and she had receipts.
Okay.
So shout out to 21 Barbie doll. And shout out to Demba Sabali. And shout out to Celestial Goddess. So those are our new sponsors this week. And everybody, we're going to do the live stream December 13th, which is the day after your death. You got anything planned?
No. Well, this Saturday coming, I plan on hanging out with a few friends, laughing and joking, kiki and haha. Because that's really what I want to do.
Oh, yeah, I know you were telling me.
That's what I want to do. I don't want to do nothing big. I want to just chill. Then I found out about this restaurant here in Philly, and I think I want to go try it out. But this year, no. And my coworker this morning, she was like, I'm so shocked that you're not going anywhere. And I said, because last year, remember how I was just over that 7-day cruise. Not saying I didn't have fun, because y'all remember I had a ball. But the length of the cruise, I was just like, oh, this is too long. But, and it kind of like, I was just like, I don't know if I want to go nowhere far for my birthday. And then a few weeks ago, I started feeling like, damn, I wish I was going somewhere. Mm-hmm. But it was too late to book something. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just hang out at one of my friends' house. I called him and I said, can we all come over to your house and just chill? And he was like, yeah. So, you know, that's what I'm going to do on Saturday. So we're going to have a good time. It may end up on live.
I'm going to be looking at my phone.
So, you know, yeah. So I am, this is not a big year for me. So, well, it is a big year because so every year is a big year, but, you know, but it is what it is. So I'm just blessed to see another year. I'm just excited about 2018. Like, I can't wait to go into 2018.
Yeah. I'm excited for 2018 because this year has been a lot. It's been a lot. Like, the first time I witnessed, like, that crazy stuff, like when the fire happened, like, that was crazy. And then, like, to see, like, my mom, like, I don't want to say deteriorate. I just want to say, like, she went through she fell back, yeah, you know, but she still got her fucking sense. Like, she still cursed your ass out.
Yeah, because the other day, that was
she
the
told
old
the truth.
Yeah, it was the truth. That was the old barber. And she came out of that room and went all the way down to the banister to lean over the banister to cuss around.
Yeah. So,
okay.
Yeah, so I have a lot of responsibilities. So next year, it will be a lot of, for me, I can already see it's going to be that bird that jumps off the branch and has to fly on its own. Because I can't, for me, I feel like I'm trying to help my family, but I can't do it by myself, and I can't force myself to help people that don't want to be helped. And I'm not throwing nobody under the bus, but it's like, you got to put that fucking oxygen mask on your face first before you can help other people. And I feel like it's like...
That's what they tell you on the plane.
Yeah.
If the plane starts to decompress, you put your mask on first before you start to help anybody else. It's the truth. It really is.
So
unless it's a child.
Yeah.
You know, then I'm gonna help the child first. And well, if they sitting next to me, because I can't run over down no aisle. But if the child sitting next to me, I'm going, because I'm older, so I can hold my breath a little longer than the child. So I'm gonna make sure the child has their mask on, you know. And then but I ain't just gonna put mine on while the child's struggling. No.
Yeah. But where's the child mom at?
Well, the child may be with me.
Oh. What child gonna be with you?
A niece or nephew.
I'm about to say, like, I can't picture.
It could be any child. I ain't say my child, a child. You know? Listen, I take after my mother. My mom put me and my sister first.
Yes.
My dad did too. So it's like, you know, that's what you do. When you see kids in trouble, you help them before you help yourself. Because that's a child.
Yeah.
And I don't like to see adults help themselves before they help kids first.
Yeah, that's
I don't
true.
like that.
Well, yeah, that's true. The kids eat first and then
That's
the
right.
adults eat.
Right, because I don't like that.
Yeah, but see, y'all don't play with a lot of these children these days.
I don't play with no child.
Yeah.
But a child is a child.
So, before somebody type in, the topics start at this section of the
Can you
video.
believe that? I saw that.
Okay.
Oh, I saw that.
Oh, I knew you was going to look for them comments.
She tried that. I read that and I said, ooh. And then it was all the comments was okay.
Yeah, it had all these likes. Okay, right. Right.
I said, oh, so this is what I come through when I don't read the comments? I come through stuff like this? See, I won't be reading this no more. I couldn't believe that. She really did that.
Yes. And I didn't even say nothing. I just
You did. And I was shocked. But I said, you know what, Kevin, he's grown.
I'm grown.
Yeah, he's grown. But I had a lot to say.
Yeah. So
but I ain't say I had a lot.
So the first topic of the day, Al Franken. Al Franken is a Minnesota state senator. Well, he's a state senator from Minnesota, and he's been in Congress for about 10 years, but maybe 8 years.
For a good minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah.
And he had a lot of sexual allegations against him, and another one came forward like the day before yesterday. And yesterday, I mean, first it started with five female Democratic state senators like, you need to step down. Then it went from 5 to 9. Then it was from 9 to 15 to 21
Oh my
to
God.
30 to 35
Women.
people, just Democrats now.
I'm thinking we talking about people who accused him.
You know,
no, we talking about people who telling him he needs to step down.
Yeah,
Okay,
step down. So then it was like, well, breaking news, Al Franken is going to make a statement tomorrow. So he gets on the podium around 11:45 this morning, and he delivers a nice speech. I mean, it was a nice, nasty speech.
I can't wait to watch it because I was asleep this morning when he did it.
And something that I want to say is that he did not hold himself accountable for any of the things that he had done to these women or how he made them feel. He didn't hold himself accountable. What he said was, it was like he's a champion for women and all this and that, and he said some of these allegations against him are false, and some of these allegations they didn't go down the way they say they happened. But so it's not holding himself accountable.
Right.
And if you feel that way, then I wouldn't be stepping down, because goddamn it, if I knew that I didn't do anything to nobody, I wouldn't be stepping down.
But that's not what he's saying. He's not saying he didn't do anything to anybody. He's saying that it didn't go quite the way some of these people are saying, but it did go down.
Yeah. And he said, if y'all think this is going to silence me, this is not. He's still going to be a champion for women. He's still going to be out there saying what the hell he got to say.
But it's going to be a tough role for him in the future. Only because we see how these people, these Republicans, still do Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
And Bill Clinton hasn't been president since 2001. That's 16 years he hasn't been president. But they still try to bring his name into situations that he now has he has nothing to do with, because he hasn't been president for the past 16 years.
Yeah.
But Bill Clinton still gets that backlash. And it's almost like if Bill Clinton wanted to come out and say that I'm a champion for women's rights, people come out and say, how on earth could you possibly win? You see what I'm saying?
And then what took you so long to say this?
Or not even what took you so long, how on earth can you of all people say this when you've been accused by so many different women of inappropriate behavior? So it's kind of like, it's like, while me personally, I can totally, do your thing, Al Franken. You're a champion for women's rights. You want to make sure women get this and get that. Do your thing. But it's like, on the other hand, I can see the opposition saying, please, he's a phony, he's a hypocrite. How can he call himself a champion for women's rights? And he's been so, he's treated women wrongly. So it's gonna be a hard thing for him. I think Al Franken now is walking down that path that Bill Clinton has walked down, and that he's still walking down. Because when you stop and think about it, when is the last time you ever heard Bill Clinton mention that he's a champion for women's rights? Not saying that he's not, but I mean, if he was to publicly say it, people will Like, huh? Are you serious?
Yeah. And I think the people when they bring up Monica Lewinsky, that was a consensual relationship.
It was.
Okay, and she didn't even tell.
No,
it was her friend that was courting the conversation.
That wasn't even her friend. That was somebody that she confided. Linda Tripp was not Monica Lewinsky's friend. Let's be clear.
Okay, but
let's be clear about that. She was not her friend.
Well,
she was someone that she knew and that she confided in and told the story to. But Linda Tripp, because let me tell you something, no friend would ever do what Linda Tripp did to Monica Lewinsky. If you call me and tell me that you slept with,
don't even say no name.
If you slept with somebody big, Obama, for example. Let me just say, no, I'm just gonna say that. Well, hello. Because you call me and tell me all types of shit. But if you were to call me and tell me that you slept with Obama, I wouldn't dare think to record our conversation. That's no, you don't do stuff like that. Yeah. That's not what friends do. So Linda Tripp was not a friend of Monica Lewinsky's. And then she put it out there? That's not what friends do. I guarantee you they never spoke again after that.
Yeah, I mean, what would I have to say to you? Right. Like, her whole life has changed.
Right. And Monica Lewinsky probably would have never told anybody. You see what I'm saying?
No, can you imagine how many what these presidents have been doing?
She probably would have never told a soul about it.
Yeah. Until she would have had a secret.
Let me just say something real quick. When new things come on, I know I'm jumping off topic, but when new seasons of shows come on Netflix, at midnight, do they automatically pop up?
No, they come on at 3 o'clock in the morning because technically it doesn't come on till midnight on the West Coast. Yeah. So what's new coming out tonight?
The Crown, the new season of The Crown.
Okay.
And you know I've been waiting for it.
It's been over a year.
The first season I just was in love with. I remember I used to always talk about it. Just the second season.
John Lithgow won some awards for his role
as Winston Churchill. But yeah, back to Al Franken. Yeah, it's just like, you know what, Al. You know.
Yeah, it is what it is.
I can't even. It is what it is. But it's unfortunate, and I will say this: it's very unfortunate because that guy, Roy Moore in Alabama, he does look like he may win. And it's unfortunate that two people like John Conyers and Al Franken step down while this pedophile is stepping in.
Yeah, and he went in on the president, and he went in on Roy Moore. And then you got to think about these Republicans. Like, if Roy Moore really wins, you guys backed a child molester.
That's right. That's
someone that
needs to be. In 2018,
that's gonna be what it is.
That needs to be the campaign for every Democratic person, every Democratic senator, whatever who's running next year. That needs to be for 2020, and when the new presidential election comes, we need to remind this country that these people backed a pedophile. We need to remind them. In the same way Donald Trump had the audacity to bring those women to that debate that accused Bill Clinton, they need to bring, whoever it is, bring the women to the debates who accused Roy Moore when they were young. Okay? Let's fight fire with fire. Let's remind people who these people are backing. Because to me, I'm sitting there and I'm saying to myself, the fact that Al Franken and John Conyers, not saying that, you know, it is what it is. Y'all gotta leave. Y'all gotta step down. But the fact that they're stepping down while a pedophile may be actually entering come next year is absurd. And I cannot understand how this is going the way it is. I just can't believe it. And shame on, well, I can't say shame on Mitch McConnell because he's a dickhead. He's an asshole.
He took his words back.
Right, he took his words back. This is the same Mitch McConnell who said in 2009 that they're going to try to make Barack Obama a one-term president, and he failed at doing that. But I mean, it's unfortunate that y'all are putting party before principle. It's so sad. But then again, we're talking about the Republican Party. And I would be embarrassed to be a part of a party like that. I really would. I would be embarrassed to be associated with people that just think it's okay to just go out there. And it goes against their Republican values. It sure does. But I guarantee you, that's what I'm saying. People like Al Franken and Bill Clinton, they're going to have a tough time because of the fact that if somebody comes out, if a Democrat comes out and says this goes against your Republican values, the first thing they're going to say is, oh, well, what about Bill Clinton or what about Al Franken? I don't know if any of y'all watched last night, but did you see Anderson Cooper last night when Roy Moore's spokeswoman?
Mind you, Mikkel, I took a sleeping pill around 7 because I knew I had to get up early with my mom. I could not go to bed until that interview was over. And I was so over that lady because I said, this is
the problem. She's a part of the problem.
She's a part of the problem. That's not Megyn Kelly. What's her name? Kelly Ann Conway 2.0.
Yep.
But this is even worse.
Did you hear? And then she had the audacity to tell Anderson, Basically, she was trying to tell him when he was asking her questions that Roy Moore said out of his mouth. Basically, like, oh, you're just trying to start, or whatever the case may be. And then Anderson was like, but this is the things that he said. So how am I wrong for asking?
And she kept asking, can I finish? Can I finish? No, bitch.
No, answer the fucking question.
Yeah. And then he kept asking her questions about, do he like gay people? Do he don't like?
And she couldn't answer.
Do he still stand with this? Do he still stand with that? She couldn't.
No.
Like this is what happens when you come from another state.
He said, that's what he told her. He said, but you're quoting a slogan from a state that you're not even from.
Yeah,
he was getting her together.
Yeah, that's all the way through.
That's when you knew Anderson.
And never. I hope that they stop inviting these people. I mean, it's good for the brands, but it shows how ignorant they are. Yeah. Oh my God! Like you gonna and then it's like you're pushing a child molester. Yep. He's not this. It's not been.
Please,
blah, 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 blah,
if
blah.
y'all have not seen that interview, type in Anderson Cooper, Roy Moore spokeswoman, December 6th,
yes.
2017.
It was horrible.
You have to watch it. It was horrible. It was hard. I mean, she didn't answer not one question. It was hard.
I see you're trying to avoid answering the question.
It was hard. Then he asked about the whole Barack Obama thing. She said, that's old news. I can't believe you're bringing that up.
Yeah, does he still think that Obama is not born in America?
She didn't talk about that.
No. You should have brought up a whole bunch of other stuff, but
she kept talking about. That's just like
nothing.
The other day when Corey Lewandowski was on the Hill, and they were talking to him.
I missed it.
Oh my God, that was the same time.
All through it, yeah.
They kept asking him about Roy Moore and Donald Trump supporting Roy Moore, and he kept bringing up shit that had nothing to do. He asked about he said something about a Democrat, and Sonny and Joyce at the same time, but we're talking about Roy Moore. Stay on topic. Mm-hmm. Like, it just didn't make sense. Megan asked him a really good question too. He didn't even answer her.
Excuse me.
Yeah, you spit it right there.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Just get it. But it just didn't make, who hires these people?
People that think like them. And that's what they. I don't want to say all Republicans think like that.
No, because
a lot of them. But a lot of them think like that. But you know what? It's all a big game. This is a game. Yeah, and now sexual assault is the game. And if you're bitch, you're out.
Like, it's so bad that I feel like if Mitt Romney was to run for president again in 2020, but it's a shame too, because I thought about this last night. A Republican, they would have a hard time trying to run against Trump in 2020 because Trump is so popular amongst his base. Mm-hmm. He says everything they want to hear. Mm-hmm. He talks like them, ignorant. Mm-hmm. So it would be hard for somebody like Mitt Romney, who's not on the same page as Trump, to try to run against him because he's too presidential.
Yeah.
He's not a bum like Trump. You see what I'm saying? And it's so sad because I can see me turning around voting for Mitt Romney simply just to get Trump the fuck out of there.
If you are a Republican.
I don't. You have to be in the primaries. No.
You do.
You have to be registered a Republican to vote in the primaries? I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that. Mm-hmm. Well.
Now you know. Now you learned something new today.
Yeah, because I didn't know that. Wow.
But a lot of people were switching. Excuse me. A lot of people were switching. Even Democrats were switching to Republicans to vote for Donald Trump because they thought it would be easier to get him in there and easier for him to win. How stupid is that? Yeah, but a lot of people are switching parties to vote. But let's move on to John Lewis. Speaking of Trump, John Lewis, who is I believe he's a Georgia representative in Congress. And he will not be going to the opening of the Civil Rights Museum that's in Mississippi. And the reason he's not going there is because Donald Trump has been asked to speak at the opening of the Civil Rights Museum. And
why? I don't know.
Yeah, John Lewis feels that Donald Trump goes against everything that is right for America and
that's something that should be protested.
You know, against the movement that the Civil Rights stands for. And you know, I agree with him, but I still want him to be there because that's the opening of a Civil Rights Museum. And even though we have a dickhead as a president that's going to be speaking there, maybe you can counter his speech there if asked to speak. Or maybe he was asked to speak, but he declined. Because a lot of people still need to know about the importance of the civil rights movement and why we still fight for our rights today, for our civil rights today. And it's bad when you have a president that goes against the values of our country by blocking people from coming to our country. Everybody that comes from these countries that he has banned has come here to terrorize America, and some may have family here and want to see their family, and they can't come here because of a ban. And it's just, this is a moment that America has to see, and we have to live through. So we know that we ain't never going back. You can't never go back to a person like this in years to come, because Donald Trump is always going to be a part of that history. He's always going to be a part of history, just like we always talk about Richard Nixon and what happened at that time. But this is even worse, because now you have a president that's actually just he refuses to denounce racism. He's only doing it because it's in a script. It's not because he means it.
Or it's from his heart. That's
yeah.
right.
So, I wish that John Lewis and other Democrats and other leaders that was a part of the civil rights movement at that time, I wish that they all can be there. This is how you fight things. You just don't not show up. Because y'all did not just show up knowing that y'all could get killed, beaten, all kinds of stuff could happen. The worst thing that happened could kill you. And y'all stood in their face and you stood up.
I just want to know who's the person who's sending out the invites. Like, why do you feel like you need to send an invite to Donald Trump? Yes, I understand he's the president, but getting into what's going on now and has happened in the past year with him, I would never think to say, oh, let's invite Donald Trump. If anything, I would invite Barack Obama, the first African American president, and invite him to come and speak.
Yep.
And I wouldn't give two shits if Donald Trump felt some kind of way or not.
He wouldn't have cared.
He wouldn't have cared.
He wouldn't have cared.
He wouldn't even care.
No.
Like, why are y'all inviting him? So he can come and read a speech off the teleprompter he reads it off the teleprompter like he can't even read.
No. And bitch, them teeth came out yesterday. I know he wasn't ready for that.
He's not known to wear fake teeth. But he's not known to wear. I think he just has cotton mouth. He gets nervous and his mouth gets dry. That's all. That's all that is. And he slurs his speech. I knew some guy that was like that.
You don't want to hear about it.
Yeah, because it's a story that you don't want to hear. But yeah. But yeah, it's like, why would y'all invite him of all people? Y'all don't have Barack Obama's phone number?
No, they do.
Like, come on.
He might be there.
But I agree with you, John Lewis. You should go. You should go. You should go and just marvel in that amazement in the new museum. Because you're a part of that history. I'm sure there's going to be hundreds of pictures of him in that museum. But at the same time, you don't have to be involved with Trump while he's there. You ain't got to go shake his hand. You ain't got to talk to him. Stay the hell away from him.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, don't not go because Trump. Because let me tell you something. At the end of the day, Donald Trump ain't gonna give two shits if you're there or if you ain't there. As a matter of fact, he ain't gonna give two shits if he's there or if he ain't there. So who are you hurting by not going, John Lewis? Nobody.
And Roland Martin is out of a job at TV1 TV.
What happened?
Now, he had the show News One Now. It came on, I believe, from like 7 to 8, and then it started to come on from 7 to 9. And he's been on this show for years, ever since CNN had let him go. And I didn't watch all the time, but I've always looked at the Facebook clips to see who was on the show. And he had a lot of black people from all walks of life, and always had it on their panel and stuff. He had good conversations, but the show was cut because I guess
don't tell me somebody's
TV1
accused
cut
of
it
that
from the
too.
budget. No, thank God nobody accused. Come on. I mean, no, what? No, don't do that, Kevin. No,
I'm just saying.
Keep it cute. Like,
yeah. Can you imagine? No, you'd have to pay me some hot. Never mind.
So.
Am I lying?
No,
right. You have to pay me because I'm not copping. Jesus and me. I'm not.
So his staff is out of a job, and he's out of a job, and I think that is wrong. That these black African American networks, remember when BET had BET News and stuff like that? We need the news. Y'all need to keep the news on a channel. Y'all actually need to keep it in, put a news, instead of putting it early in the morning and late at night, put on a newscast that's there in the afternoon to educate our people. Because if they're not watching on local TV, they sometimes don't watch CNN or MSNBC, put it on the black network and put stories on there that they should care about, or talk about topics that they should care
Now
about.
they cut his show because they said budgeting.
Budget cuts.
Budget
from
cuts.
TV. Yeah.
Let me tell you, but then this all goes to play too, Kevin. His show must not have been getting that good of ratings.
I think it has, because if his show was going on from 7 to 8, then they expanded it from 7 to 9.
Yeah, but I can't imagine
good.
if he's bringing in an audience, why they would cut a show that's bringing in an audience. Because then that's if his show was bringing in an audience, that means that they're bringing in money.
Maybe they're not making money from elsewhere, and they figure, well.
But then it
show
still
is
wouldn't
live
make
every
sense.
day.
It still wouldn't make sense to take away his show that's bringing an audience.
But you know what though? If TV One stopped doing all these silly ass movies, maybe they would have money to produce a show like News One Now. Because I didn't watch the Bobby Christina movie. Like, I'm just not into these.
They
TV
paying all
like
this
that.
money for these dumb, stupid ass movies
That
that
you won't
nobody's
watch.
watching, nobody's talking about. As a matter of fact, I'm about to tweet them. Do they have it on Twitter?
Yeah, TV One TV. Yeah, I'm serious.
Keep talking, 'cause I'm tweeting them.
Yeah. So
Wait, what is it?
TV One TV, or
Ad-
it could be TV One. But
Bitch, I need for you to tell me exactly what it
when
is.
you type in it, the name should come up anywhere.
TV One
TV.
TV. Let me see. Yeah, you're right.
TV
One TV. Yep, that's it. You're right.
So
I'm about
if
to
they
tweet them while
stop,
you're
if
talking.
they stop doing things like that, then maybe y'all would have money for shows like Roland Martin. And sometimes y'all comedy shows or whatever shows that y'all be putting on, like supposed to be comedy shows, get rid of it. And I love Unsung, so y'all can never cut Unsung from the budget. And I don't watch them other shows like that, but I love Unsung, and I love the movie y'all did. Was it Stephanie Mills? I don't think it was Stephanie Mills. It was one of those singers. I enjoyed that movie. Was it Stephanie? I think it probably was Stephanie Mills. It wasn't Stephanie Mills. It was somebody. Y'all did a movie on her life, and I loved it. Now, if y'all stick with movies like that, biopics like that, yes. But when you're doing biopics about Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston and stuff, I don't care about that, and I'm not interested in that. So yeah. But somebody tweeted a great suggestion, which I
What's
think...
Roland Martin's thing? Sorry.
Roland S. Martin. Somebody tweeted a great suggestion. They said to take Craig Melvin off the 1 p.m. hour on MSNBC and put him on the Today Show. Put Joy Reid from MSNBC, put her in the 1 o'clock slot from Monday through Friday, and put Roland Martin on Saturdays and Sunday and Joy Reid's spot. And, you know, then everybody's on TV and everybody still has a job. And I think it's a great idea. But I think that it's important for channels like BET and TV One to have a news network. I mean, have a news show somewhere so black people can be informed. Because now all you see on BET is comedy. Everything comedy. I want to make you laugh. Comedy. You need some serious shit in there. You need to. Because y'all not doing nothing else. And y'all showing old TV shows. But y'all want y'all ratings to be high and stuff like that. Put shows on that people care about, and it's not always about the comedy. Put that news in there with that comedy. And that's all that's all I got to say about that. Walter Scott's killer, Michael Slager, who cowardly shot Walter Scott in the back multiple times. His killer will be going to jail for at least 20 years.
Good for him.
19 to 24 years.
Good for him.
Yeah. Good for him, and it's good to see that there was justice somewhere, but he didn't get the real justice, you know, for actually killing him. And he, you know, it's just, it's sad, but I'm glad that his family can get some comfort knowing that
he's going to be behind bars, and, you know,
and his
he's
parents
behind bars.
Yeah, his parents can live out.
Right.
I don't know how long they're going to be here, because only God knows. But they could get some peace knowing he's in prison.
Yeah.
You know, he won't be free to kill anyone else's child.
That's right.
At all. And it's a shame that, you know, I thought that justice in America with these body cameras and people recording, that there would be so much justice. And I just thought like, oh, they would be so afraid to do it if we keep recording. And this is like maybe one case where you see some justice from somebody with a video camera against a police officer. and they just always getting away with it. All they got to do is say they fear for their life. Even with your hands up, even when you don't even have a gun on you, you can just get away with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what else to do. But you know what? Yes.
Once you're busy, just let me know if you're busy.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man.
I'll write it down for you.
Yeah, this Social Security and the whatever it is, that form and a number for the Medicare or whatever and all that stuff.
All right.
What was I about to say? What were you talking about?
We got off early. I'm not ready for that. You talking about people? You talking about the people getting off for killing people?
Right. Yeah.
He did throw me off knocking on the door. What I was saying, yeah, it's just a shame that people. Yeah, I was about to say how cities, they don't have a problem with paying out wrongful death suits and just paying you to shut up.
But they got a problem with putting people
in jail.
In jail.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't find anything wrong with the officer did, but you know what? Here's $3.6 million. Here's $5.4 million. What's his name? The guy that got shot in Minnesota. His girlfriend. Yeah, his girlfriend is getting $800,000 just for wrongful arrest. Remember, they locked her up and put her in the car. She got $800,000 for that. But what about the physical effects from being locked up and being put in that car?
Or what about the physical effects or the mental effects of you watching?
That's what I meant.
Or you have her having to watch you kill her boyfriend right in front of her face.
Mm-hmm. Money can't fix that.
And not only that, y'all need to cut the little girl a check too who was in the back seat. Mm-hmm. She needs to be cut a check too. And that only she can touch, not the mother.
Yeah.
But only she
Okay.
I'm just saying.
Well,
only she can touch when she turns 18. That check is in her name and only she can touch when she's 18. She needs to be cut a check too because she was in the car too and she witnessed it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't get it. Everybody's cutting checks. Everybody's getting checks except for me. Everybody's getting a damn check, but nobody's going to jail. And everybody's crying, oh, well, you know, I fear for my life. Now, me, if that happens to me, and I turn around and kill one of them, and I turn around and say, oh, but I fear for my life, nigga,
no.
you going straight to jail.
Yeah.
Fuck
and
your
never
life.
coming out. Never coming out.
I get them real good at work.
Yeah.
Oh, I get them real good. I go straight to my boss. Listen, I feel threatened. I don't like the way this one's saying. I don't like what this one has to say. You need to go talk to their boss before I do. Mm-hmm. Because you got to get them before they get you. Because they so quick.
Very quick.
They're quick.
And they'll lie to you. Say,
and they will lie. Oh, they are
Baby.
so quick to try to report you. Mm-hmm. And then lie and say, oh, I felt threatened. Then you got a bunch of people in your face saying, well, what did you do? Then you got to explain yourself. Mm-hmm. Try to get them before they get mad. You'll never get mad. I'm gonna get you.
Patti LaBelle.
Patti fucking LaBelle's with the S.
Patti
that's my grandmother, so don't try it too much.
No, I ain't got nothing to say. I mean, I do got something to say. Patti LaBelle was on Watch What Happens Live this week with Sam Smith and Andy Cooper. And Andy. And
3 queens.
Yeah. 3. And you know she's the biggest one.
Yeah, she's a queen.
Yeah. Holiday Heart. So she and... Yeah, so she was on the show.
You called her Holiday Heart. You tried her. I didn't like that wig. I didn't like that wig at all she had on.
He was going to meet Patti LaBelle, but that was the original nose too. Before Patti got a chop down a little bit. That's how she... Now you know that's how Patti...
You know, her nose was huge. Jesus Christ, it was huge. Oh my God. It's not funny. It really isn't because it was huge.
It's the truth. So that was on there. I didn't watch the original show, but she had some things that she said about Mariah, which was cute. She lets Mariah know without overstepping her boundaries, basically. You know, you need to get rid of this person or something like that. She's like, she's grown, you know, she can make her own decisions, stuff like that. But on the after show, I didn't like how Andy slid in about Luther Vandross. Luther Vandross, I mean, it's no big secret that we all knew about Luther. You know, but it's still not, but you know, it's still not even spoken about like, right. Yeah, you know, Luther was good. I mean, you don't need to say it. If it's there, you don't have to say it. You don't have to mention it.
Right.
And for him to say, well, did Luther have a problem coming out? And for Patti to openly answer it, I just don't think that she was right in doing so.
Well, see, I feel like Andy knew what he like.
Yeah,
I told Miles, the way
said
he
that.
worded the question. If you pay it, well, I'm sure we all know, but pay attention to how he worded it. He didn't say, "Was Luther Vandross ever gay?" Or he said, he asked basically, I know he's gay, but I want to know from you, did he ever have a problem with his lifestyle?
Yeah.
And see, her not thinking, she just answered it because I figured had he worded the question like, was Luther Vandross, there's been rumors in the past that he was gay. Was he gay? I think she would have thought about it and thought of how she answered. But the way he asked her, he basically asked her, yeah, bitch, I know he's gay. So was he having troubles with coming out? And she fell for the trap. It's unfortunate that she fell for the trap. But, I think that, I feel like in a few days she's going to come out and apologize. Because there's a lot of people who are, like, upset at her.
But I'm not upset.
Me neither.
Ain't nobody out him. We've said it a long
I had
time
a whole
ago.
argument with somebody about him being gay, and they argued me down that he wasn't. And I said, excuse me? Are we talking about the same Luther Vandross?
Yeah, because I remember one time my mom said he had a whole session on stage. He just was upset about something. He was cleaning out on stage.
Yeah.
So, I mean...
Oh, your mom saw Luther?
Yeah.
Oh.
Back in the day.
Oh.
Everybody saw Luther. Oh,
Listen, let me tell you something.
Luther got them songs.
Luther, Freddie Jackson,
Yes. Earth, Wind, and Fire.
and allegedly...
wait.
I don't want to get robbed. I mean...
Oh, wait. You trying to name those?
What?
You
Did I
trying
think it's gay?
Yeah.
Oh,
Say start over.
No.
Wait, who did you just say?
Freddie Jackson.
Oh, I don't know nothing about him. I think I know
Allegedly
one
Freddie
song.
Jackson, hello? Excuse me?
Yeah. Allegedly.
And allegedly Teddy Pendergrass.
We not. Yes, that is the main.
Allegedly that was a...
But you know
Allegedly
what?
that was a transsexual that was in the car with him that night he got paralyzed.
Yeah. See, back in those days, they would say you're gay. But today, if you mess with a transsexual or a transgender female, you're no longer considered.
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
But if you ask somebody in the gay community, they're going to say that. But if you ask somebody in the straight community, they're not going to say that. So it all depends on who you ask.
Yeah.
Because you still got people out here that'll tell you straight up, no. Okay?
Yeah, then the lady come out and talk about it on...
Let me tell you something. Remember when I used to work at,
Yeah.
And remember my old co-worker that I used to work with?
Yeah.
Well, her sister was good girlfriends with Teddy Pendergrass. She turned that chair around one day while he was at work, and she grabbed that alcohol pad, and the whole time she was spilling tea working that fountain. Mikhail, let me tell you something. He used to come to our house. This, that, and the third, because her sister and Teddy was real good friends. He used to come to our house, and you can't tell me that wasn't in that car with him that night. She said that is not a secret to those of us that knew Teddy Pendergrass.
Yeah.
Allegedly. But it is what it is. It is what it is. There are a lot of men out here, and some of y'all watching, some of y'all husbands or boyfriends on the late night. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's a lot of men out here that dib and dab.
On both sides.
On both sides of the fence. On both sides of the fence. And some of the girlfriends or the wives are sitting at home all nonchalant and confused and dumb and dumbfounded. And then when they find out, no, that's not my boyfriend, that's not my husband. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. And that's why I love talking to older people. They tell you, listen here.
Yeah.
I was there back in the day.
I think back in those times they still didn't even speak about it.
No, they
just
didn't.
knew it
That's
was
why,
what
because it was a secret. And see, but then I saw some of the comments in my thing, and a lot of people in my comments when I posted that about that video with Patti speaking about Luther, a lot of people in the comments were correct when they said that whether Luther was gay or not, people respected him so much at his music that it didn't matter.
Yeah.
And back then, I feel like a lot of times, even though you may have thought it didn't matter because their music and their talent was so good. Nowadays, it would be all over the internet. It would be all over everywhere, somebody coming out being gay. But I also feel like, too, the way society is today and people being gay and whatever the case may be, and it's so open now, that I think that it would be talked about for a little while, but then it wouldn't matter anymore. Because look at Frank Ocean.
Yeah.
Nobody even cares that he's gay.
Nobody cares.
Nobody cares. They just want him to come out with some good music because he comes out with great music. And then everybody wants to work with him, gay and straight.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like nowadays, it'll be big because of the internet. They didn't have the internet back then when Luther and them were out doing their thing.
And you know what though? A lot of them don't owe us nothing.
No, they don't.
Have to tell us nothing.
No.
Because I remember back in those times, I was young and saying, I was Spitfire, saying what was on my mind. This is a certain
Oh, you were a
rapper.
spitfire. I thought you said you were spitting fire. Meaning,
No, I wish I could spit fire. Cause I'll be.
I don't think you want to spit fire because that means you got the kid in.
No, I'm talking about bitch rapping. Now I ain't talking about that.
Okay, what fire you trying to spit?
I never heard that before. I just, you know what? You're old. You must be really old. Yeah, you look 10 years older, so you know.
That's what they say.
Now that was a joke.
Baby, it's you. You're the one I love. Woo-wee.
That female rapper don't ever have to come out because you know what? It's not going to be a secret.
Right.
It's going to be just like how Barry Manilow try to come out and say, I'm gay. They're like, girl.
Oh, okay. What else do you have to tell us? Because I already think we did.
Oh, God.
Okay.
At the Copa, baby.
Like, I feel like if Little Richard was to come out and say, you know, I'd be like, oh, okay, Little Richard, you mean to tell me you've been wearing wait, you mean to tell me you've been wearing makeup all these years and you weren't gay? Like, where the fuck have I been?
And Richard now saying that he's changed.
And you can't, Did you see him around his wig and stuff on that?
Look, he
didn't even look like himself.
He paid his dues, okay?
He did, but he took that wig off and the makeup, and he looked like an old man.
He's changed.
Okay?
And he's getting this, never mind.
When he got that wig on and that makeup on, he looks like an old black rich woman.
Yeah, and he still owed his money, and he deserves everything
Yes,
he
he
spent.
does.
Because y'all took a lot from him.
And they
He
need to
still
honor
deserves
him
it.
too next year at the Kennedy Center Honors.
Yeah, before
because
it's his time.
motherfuckers have taken shit from him years ago. And Little Richard, he's one of those real people who paved the way. He's one of those legends that really paved the way. Back in the day, don't white rock and rollers used to steal his shit. Well, we all know that, but they used to steal his shit.
Yeah.
And for him not to get paid for some shit and not to even get recognized,
That's just
not
crazy
good.
how they could take your song.
That's not good. I don't like
And
it.
like you had an R&B song and they turned into a pop song and you don't even get a check for it. Not today. It ain't happening no more. But that's crazy. So, Patti LaBelle, just be, girl, your PR people need to step it up with their with the game.
Yeah.
Your Matthew Schooling or Matthew.
Right.
Y'all know what I'm saying?
They should screen those questions.
Yeah.
But see, you know what? People go on Andy to have a good time and to drink,
And
so
maybe
that's
she
why-
was loose from the drink.
Well, see, that's why he gives them.
was
That's why he gives them drinks.
Yeah.
Andy knows what he's doing.
Yeah.
Maybe we should start serving drinks when we interview people.
Yeah. Maybe we go to somebody's bar and do it. Because you know that drink here. I could drink, but not them. Atlantic City. Shout out to Atlanta's new mayor, Keisha Lance Bottoms. All the bottoms in Atlanta has been going off for her. So shout out to Keisha Lance Bottoms. And she only won by 700 something votes. And
Wow.
which got me to thinking, Atlanta has over 500,000 people there. Why are only 80,000 people voting? Or close to 90,000 people? Where are y'all at? Like, this is how Trump got in. We all need to be going out there and voting and making our voices heard. Because if you don't vote, you don't have a voice. I'm going to move on.
That's true.
I'm going to move on to some questions. Now, someone wrote in a question. I didn't even ask the question, but somebody questioned. Would you stay in a relationship if your boyfriend family didn't like you? And I want to know, well, who is the boyfriend? Are you with the boyfriend or are you with the family?
Right.
So what if the family don't like
Right.
you?
You ain't never got to see that family.
Yeah, if they're not having sex with you.
Yeah.
Y'all not together. They don't make you happy. You're with that boyfriend. And there's a lot of people that are in relationships or married to people in the family.
Let me tell you something. When I was with my ex, and it's not that I didn't like their family.
Yeah.
I didn't know their family because we didn't live close by, so I didn't really know their family. I think the whole time we were together, I met like one person in the entire family. And it didn't bother me not one bit. And it's not that they didn't want to introduce me, because they were so willing and happy to introduce, but I was just like, fuck, I'm dating you. You know what I mean? Like, so I think that sometimes people get so caught up on being liked by everybody that you forget that you got the person you need. This is your person right here. You don't need to be liked by the family. If they don't like you, that's all right. They too didn't like Jesus.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you don't have to worry about his family not liking you. They don't ever have to like you. Just as long as he likes, loves, and respects you, that's all that matters. Because I'm one person that I could date you and date you and date you and wouldn't think twice about asking you about your family because I don't care. Maybe too, it's a little selfish on my part because I come from a huge family. And I come from one of those families, and you kind of probably know this, I come from one of those families that my family, and my friend Rara, he can tell you this too, and my friend, they can all tell you that my family is one of those people that they're so open that everybody's always invited to everything. I ain't never got to call a cousin or aunt or uncle say, oh, is it okay? Can I bring so-and-so to your house? Such and such like this. Because that's the kind of family I have. So for me, it's just like, I ain't never got to be dealing with your family because I got this family over here. And they going to welcome me and you. You see what I'm saying? So it doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter if the family don't like you. We have to get past this whole thing of people not liking us. We have to. Everybody's not going to be meant to like you. And this is what I tried to convey the other day to Megan McCain when we did our video. Everybody's not going to like you. And everybody's not going to like you for their own personal reasons. My thing is, you not liking me has nothing to do with me. It has everything to do with you. I don't care why you don't like me. I don't lose any sleep because you say you don't like me. I don't stop eating because you say you don't like me. I don't listen to Beyonce any less because you say you don't like me. I don't care. And so therefore you cannot worry about people not liking you, because at the end of the day, when the cookouts are over, when the parties are over, his family is going home and you going home with him.
Yeah, and none of them paying your bills.
And none of them paying your bills. Until some of them start saying, oh, we'll pay your bills, this and the third, then you start caring. They're like, oh, that, don't worry about that.
Yes. Now the next question, I don't know how to read my chicken scratch. Say, should you allow others to discipline your child in or out of your presence? Should you allow others to discipline your children in or out of your presence? Now, I'm going to tell you this. It depends on who the family member is, in my book. Now, if it's your aunt, or your cousin, or your mom, you know, I'm okay with that. But I'm not okay with Jackie from down the street chastising my child in or out of my presence, because that's my child, and you're not that child's family member. This is not back in the day. These days, you touch somebody's child, you could be dead. And, you know, people, because a lot of them not thinking straight anyway. Yeah. But that's why you just, you know what, if you got a problem, knock on that door. Yeah. Let them know what's going on. But you just don't openly and willingly hit nobody's child. And something else I don't like is girlfriends letting their boyfriends or boyfriends letting their girlfriends beat their child. No. It ain't going down like that. If you didn't give birth to them, you don't be putting your hands on them. Now, you could say something, or say something to the other parent, or if you want to talk to the opposite parent that's not there, then you have that conversation. But you just don't openly put your hands on people's children.
That's true. But you know, it's funny because my mom, my sister had it good, because my mom was the same way, even with my dad, and he's both of our dads. But my mom didn't allow my dad to beat on my sister. You can't beat her. If she do anything wrong, I'll beat her because she's a female. And my mom did that because that's how my mom was raised. My grandfather did not beat on my mom and her sisters. My grandmother handled the girls. But see, me, I got beat by both.
Both.
The mother and father. Well. So it was no, you know, I didn't get that luxury. And till this day, I don't know who whooped my ass the best.
Now, did your aunts ever have to beat you?
No, my aunt, the only family member I can ever remember beating me was my grandmother. And I remember the day that she beat me, I faked crying. Because she beat me, but it was like one of those things, and I can see it to this day. Me watching her walk up the steps in her house. I think my mom was washing her hair downstairs in the kitchen, and I did something. And whatever I did, my grandmother took charge instead of my mother. And my grandma came upstairs, and I was in her room, and she came upstairs to beat me, and I think she grabbed the belt. But I remember her beating me, but I also remember her beating me and it not hurting. But I was kind of like fake crying. But now that I'm older, I'm saying to myself, she wasn't really trying to hit me. You know what I mean? She wasn't really trying to hit me. Because I just remember, like, it did not hurt. So, but
that's
no other family member has ever put their hands up. Now, I've had other family members like aunts and uncles get me together. Like recently, a few months ago, one of my uncles, I was talking to him on the phone, and I slipped up and called one of my aunts by her first name, and he said, "Who?" Who? And you know, me being grown, I said it again, not thinking, and he said, "You mean your aunt?" And I said, "Oh," I said, "I'm sorry." He said, "Yeah, don't play with me."
Okay.
But then I had to realize
that favorite thing.
Yeah, don't play with me. And I couldn't get smart because that's my uncle. And my mom always told my sister and I don't care what I go through with my brothers and sisters. You better not ever disrespect them, and you better not ever not speak to them, because I'm going through something with them. That's how my mom was. So therefore, me and my sister always had the utmost respect for our aunts and uncles, because it's like, we feared them just like we feared my mom.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And don't let one of them tell my mom we said something crazy. Because I remember last year when we were getting ready for this trip, and my mom's older sister, she's the oldest out of the 10, me and her kind of got into a little war of words. It was a little bit, but I kind of made sure I didn't say too much to become all disrespectful. But we did get a little too war words on the phone, and I remember I was so mad that I called my mom to let my mom know, and my mom said, well, don't say nothing else, don't get smart, whatever the case may be, because I explained to my mom what happened. She said, but just don't say nothing else, don't get smart, whatever the case may be, just that and the third. And I remember, thinking to myself afterwards, like, because that never happened before, and I'm like, I don't want to go back and forth with my aunts and uncles. And that was the first time I ever in my life went back and forth with any of my aunts and uncles. But I felt like at that moment, like, she was wrong.
Yeah.
And I had to tell her,
I've had one of
you
those
were wrong. I had to tell her she was wrong, and I also had to tell her that you offended me. You know what I mean? And then I got on the phone with another one of my aunt, and I just vented out, and I know I still got that text message too. I vented out to the other aunt, and my other aunt, she was trying to calm me down. She was like, don't be offended, and she just was asking, about a certain situation. I said, well, she was questioning, and I felt like I had already explained the situation to her, but she wanted me to explain it her way.
Yeah.
And give her the answer she wanted. And I'm like, I'm not in that department of giving you the answer that you wanted, aunt or not.
Yeah.
So don't keep questioning me. And then I didn't tell that aunt, but I told the aunt I was talking to, she ain't gotta go. It was a trip that was going on. I said, well, she don't have to go. That's how she feels, she don't have to go. She ended up going. But still.
I think I remember this. Yes, I do. Yes! I remember.
You can't do that.
Yeah.
You don't even go here, so how can you do that? You see what I'm saying? You remember remember when that happened? I said, you don't even go here, so how can you dictate what's going to... No! No! Let me put the brakes real quick. You my aunt, I love you, but no. We're not going to do that. Can't do that.
Now, I think we already answered half of your question in this video, but shout out to Aaliyah. This is Aaliyah from Philly, I believe. She said, I work in an environment where I'm the only black person. Everything, I'm assuming, everything that they say or do to them everything that I say or do to them comes across aggressive, even when that's not my intent. I'm really not trying to be the angry black woman, but I often feel like they are trying me just to get a reaction out of me. Oh,
yeah, that can be the case.
Yeah,
because I've been in situations like that, sweetheart. You have to do what I do. You pull the superior to the side and let them know, listen, this is what's going on, this is how I feel, and when I come to work to be in a friendly environment. I don't come to work to be in a hostile environment, because just like they don't want to be in a hostile environment, I don't want to be in a hostile environment either. And this is how I feel, and I would like this matter to be addressed. If not, then I'll have to take it to the superiors. But I would like this to be addressed, and I'm coming to you as an adult and as a professional. I've been in certain situations like that, and I've had to do that. Not saying that with a group of all white people, but I've been in situations where I've been amongst certain coworkers where it felt like it was getting a little hostile, and because I know my mouth, I don't want to be fired.
But you just gotta be.
But you can't let people walk over you. So that's why I say take it to the authority, whoever your supervisor is, and let them know how you feel, and let them know what's going on, and let them know you don't get up every morning to come to work to be in a hostile environment. Yeah. You come to work to do a job and to go the hell home, not to be in this type of environment. So please, I need this to be handled, and I need this to be handled right away.
Yeah. And another thing, document every time you feel uncomfortable. Like that's even with the sexual, you gotta document shit. You gotta have dates and times, who's there. Because you need witnesses as well.
That's right.
And maybe get the other witness to sign what happened. So you don't be going around looking stupid when they go behind your back and telling you first.
Sorry.
Yeah. And it says, okay, we got one more work-related question, then we out of here. I have a work-related, shout out to Mike and Renee. I have a work-related question. I'm usually the friendly one at work that gets along with everyone regardless if I like them or not. I'm at a new job, and these hoes are just as messy as the ones in my last job. And they always want to be my friend all in my face. How do you deal with it?
Well, why are you attracting these hoes In your face.
Because she's messy right
You
now.
just messy here. Okay. Let's call a thing, Micah. Are you just as messy as them?
What you be saying on the low?
If you ain't messy, Micah, messy people ain't gonna be attracted to you.
Yeah.
Because I'm messy. And I don't attract to non-messy. I attract to equally messy or far worse messy. No, I'm just saying, Micah. I don't know. Maybe you should, I don't know. Whenever they come to you with the mess, tell them, I'm not here for that. But if you don't tell them I'm not here for that and you entertain the mess, then that's why they come to you.
Yeah. Maybe you should change how you interact at work. If you come being professional and still having a positive attitude about stuff, you know, you cool.
When they come to you with the mess,
you gotta
the first
turn
thing
it
you
away.
say is, Jesus is the light of the world, and he's ever shining in my soul. Okay?
Look, I could tell that she be playing around with him. She said, I'm new at this job, and these hoes are just disgusting.
They all of a sudden hoes. You just met them. Yeah. Okay. And she said they're the same as the last. Yeah. So that means that you were attracting the ones that, girl, you ain't fooling nobody, girlfriend. It's alright if you're a little messy. Yeah. But if you don't want that mess, then you gotta let them know, I'm not here for that. I don't entertain stuff like that.
But if you are serious or something, they know who to mess with you, who to talk to and who not to talk to. So maybe when you leave this job, go to the next job as a new person, a brand new person. So that way they'll get when they say this, their first impression is like, oh, she's serious about what's going on and stuff like that. But
and maybe you should, if you're really serious about not being involved, then you should cut your involvement with that mess out soon, because who's to say if you get caught up in some mess?
Yeah, because that's scary.
And then lose your job because it's a mess. Then you have to beat a bitch ass or a hoe ass.
Because you can't be messy and tell people, don't bring that mess to me. I ain't even trying to hear that.
Right.
But you can, you got to know when to play and when not to play. How about that? You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Good luck at the new job.
Yeah, good luck. Sometimes you got to pay to play.
Pay to play.
Pay to play, yeah.
Yeah. Now that's true.
That is true.
That's very true. You gotta know, yeah. So thank y'all for watching tonight's new video. But I'm serious about that.
No, well, I know,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah. Because you don't want to be
Have you
looked
ever
at
got-
crazy. What?
Have you ever gotten paid?
I don't play those games. I mean, I still better try to do something. I mean, I'm still young. You know, it's not too late.
I didn't say have you ever paid. I said have you ever got
Been paid. That's what I said. It's not too late. But
Would you like to get paid?
I'm not rushing for that.
Would you like to get paid?
I want to get paid for everything that I do. The way these bitches be flying here and there. But you know what?
Listen,
Everything
from his lips to your ears. So he can't ever say I put words in his mouth.
You damn sure did. And I didn't have a drink.
And he didn't have a drink. No, he didn't. Because that's coffee.
Bitch,
I want to be
coffee in
paid.
a cup. I want to be paid for everything.
Listen, okay? That's why I get paid for everything.
Yeah.
Overtime
Leave that
too.
money. Leave that money.
I gotta wait until you nut. Oh, that's overtime.
Right now. Right.
Because I'm done.
They want to run these
I'm putting my
back
socks
in like
on.
20 years and get us.
I'm putting my socks on. I'm out the door.
I can't run for office in 20 years. They might get me.
I'm not running for no office, okay? And if I do decide, I'm gonna say, yeah, I said it, and that's still,
I said it was a joke.
no, it wasn't no joke, because it still stands that.
Oh, you still want to get paid, huh?
Yo, listen, hey.
Yeah. You ain't got to pay me to go to church and stuff like that. And there's some things you don't got to get paid for, because you got to praise the Lord for them dollars that's coming in. You got to praise Him.
Yeah.
But for some people, though, I can't lie. I don't.
You gotta praise him like mother did.
Yeah, praise Him. Play it. I'm not going to say what I was about to say.
Yes.
Yeah. Did that wig fall off?
That's her here, bitch. Yes, mother. You but.
Ooh, she thinks she's at a concert. Look at her hair. Just tear that hair up. Now you done spent all that time in the salon.
Bitch, she went
She
off.
went down like that.
The devil has been destroyed.
You destroy one devil, another will come right up.
Oh, listen, because they come to kill, steal, and destroy.
So we're gonna go. Y'all have a
beautiful
weekend. This is your last weekend for your new birthday. We gotta turn up.
New birth.
Back to church.
Yeah, bro.
He's not there no more.
Who?
I shouldn't have said that.
Uh-oh. Oh, he's not big right. Listen.
Baby!
Is it? Well, he's somewhere walking around somewhere, whether he's around the throne of God or the throne of the devil. He's somewhere.
Out there.
Hey!
Very good.
Ah.
I ain't gonna touch that one. I shouldn't have said that, but I
Hey,
ain't gonna touch it neither.
listen, don't touch it, because he will come to visit you tonight.
Well, I don't need
Sleep.
nobody from visiting it. They're gonna be right now. I can be running my mouth on this camera. Damn. You know what?
Yeah.
Nobody got time for that.
No, you don't. And you don't want to have time for that.
I ain't gonna. I'm gonna praise God.
Because he will come. He will come to get you.
Anytime.
He's come to come. He's come to get
Yeah,
more.
I was just talking to him 5 minutes ago. Well,
Yeah. He's come.
that's how it is.
That's how it is.
So we're gonna go. Y'all have a great weekend.
They got him laid out.
Baby.
It
I was not ready for that.
He looks nice.
It look like they unzipped him and see. Don't give me all that. I don't want to talk about that either. But don't do all that. Put me in a nice suit.
Well, no, because you know, usually when
It look like they can unzip him.
well, because that's a robe he has on. Usually when
Oh, that's why.
yeah, it's a robe. It's a robe he has on.
Right.
Usually when preachers, pastors like bishops and them, when they die, if they die while they're still, you know, running the church or whatever the case may be, they'll be buried in their
He looks
robes.
good.
He does look good.
He just looks.
He looks
small.
like he's asleep. Well, he was small when he died.
Yeah, remember that.
Remember how small he was? He was unrecognizable, even with his clothes on.
Don't do that.
Because I remember when he was taking those pictures. He never sent me none, but hey, he ain't sent me no money either. I'm not going to do that. I'm not.
Did we didn't say no name?
No, we didn't.
Yeah. But y'all know who we talking about.
No, they don't. They think they know. Hey! You think you know, but you have no idea.
If you're a sponsor, I'll let you know who we talking about over the weekend. Peace, y'all.
Or if you want to sponsor me. Hit me up.
And that's another channel.
Hey!
That's on Backpage.